Welcome back to Garage Side, everybody. My name is Cameron, and on today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to use the Jackal Motorsports software to data log your vehicle. It's going to be really simple DIY, but a lot of you have questions on how to do this, so I'm going to show you just how simple it is. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to open up the Jackal Motorsports software. I'm going to put the car in accessory mode, and I'm going to plug up the Jackal cable. So stand by while I get this done, and I'll bring up a screen recording and show you exactly what you need to do. Okay, let's go ahead and load up the Jackal Motorsports software. Keep in mind, whenever you first upload Jackal Motorsports software, it's going to always check for a update, so you might have to do that. But otherwise, it should just load up and you can be able to log in here. I'm outside and starting to hear thunder. I got to do this quick. Now, once you're here and logged in, it's going to have three options: programming, data logging, or your toolkit. We're going to go straight to data logging. Now, it's going to come up here and you're not going to see anything. What you want to do is migrate over to this button here that says disconnected and press it one time. Now, your car does need to be on for it to connect, and so this can be an accessory power, which mine's in accessory power right now, but obviously if you're data logging, you want the car running, so either or. Let it take a moment to connect to the vehicle. And what's going to happen is you're not going to have to choose parameters or anything like that. Once it connects, as you can see here, it's going to automatically load the parameters for your specific vehicle that Jackal Motorsports needs you to data log so it can check the health of your vehicle. Now, before we go and hit start or anything like that, what we need to do is talk about what you need to do when you actually go out to do the data log. So first, if you have a specific issue you're trying to troubleshoot and diagnose, Tony or Matt will tell you exactly what they want you to do with the data log. So they'll tell you if they need a certain gear, if they need a certain RPM, things like that. But as a general data log, which you should do probably once a year if you're not even having issues, just to have them monitor the health of the car, a general data log is going to be a pull from a complete stop, first through third gear. Now, you want to make sure you're on a road that is free of anybody or any kind of, possible issues that can put yourself at risk or others at risk. Make sure you do this responsibly. And what you're going to do, get the car stopped, make sure it's fully warmed up, including your transmission. Do not do this on a cold engine. And you're going to put the car in dynamic mode, put it in sport mode, and you're going to launch and go first through third gear. Once you hit third gear, you can let off. So do you need launch control? Do you need to do the full bean, so to speak? No, but I think it does help Tony get all the information he needs. But a lot of times, it's not even required. You can just leave it in normal sport mode without doing the actual launch and do a first through third gear pull and get the data that he needs. So yeah, it's that simple to do. But so what you're going to do once you're here in the program and you've got it connected to the car, you've got a couple options here. If you look right here, this says live data. This is really helpful when you're out driving and you want to actually look at what's going on. Now, my car is off, so it's going to give some weird values, but you can see the values populate here in the middle. And what's cool about this is you can go through and you can look at things. And the biggest one that I like to pay attention to when I'm working on the car and doing data logs, especially if I'm doing multiples, is this one right here, TIA, or your intake air temperature. You don't want to do data logs if your intake air temperatures are up really high, because if they get up to like 70, 75 degrees, you're going to start pulling timing. Anything over 80 degrees risks damage to the intercooler cores. You don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that your that your intake air temperature is pretty low and it's going to be ready to start your actual data log. You can also use this to go through and monitor any other live values that you need to when it comes to wanting to start or end your log. So once you're ready to do it, everything looks good, you found your good spot to do it, get into a position, and before you start, you're going to hit start logging. Now, my car is not running. We'll see how this works. I've never done it this way, but what it's going to do before you actually start is going to bring up a file save section. Do not change the name on the file. That is how Tony tracks all of your data logs so he can go back and see how your car's behaving over multiple data logs. Do not touch those. Just hit save. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to desktop so I don't mix this with my actual ones. We'll hit save, and as soon as you hit save, it's going to start data logging. And you can see that it's data logging because this button changed from start data logging to stop data logging. We're going to do our data log, first through third gear pull, whatever Tony wants. And then once you're done, you go up here and you hit stop logging. And that's it. You did a data log. It's that simple. Now, what you want to do once you get that is find that CSV file. One thing you can do is you can upload it to a website like DataZap, and that's something that'll allow you to see it in a graph form, and you can actually, look at the values yourself and kind of interpret things once you get an understanding of it. But otherwise, you want to shoot that email over to Jackal Motorsports and let them interpret it, tell you what's going on with your vehicle, and tell you if they need you to change anything or do another data log. But this is an extremely valuable tool, and we're really, really lucky that Jackal Motorsports gives this to us, because monitoring the health of your vehicle obviously is a critical thing, and it takes the power away from having to go to shops, and lets you do it at home. And that's going to save you a ton of money. It's going to let you be more in tune with your car, and you're just going to have a lot more confidence in the vehicle overall as you start to develop an understanding of what the parameters are. If you guys want a video on the different parameters, what they mean, and kind of what the values you should be looking for on a data log, let me know in the comments below, and maybe we can get one of those done for you. But otherwise, if you guys have any other questions, reference the Jackal Motorsports software or how to data log, leave them in the comment below, and we'll see you guys on the next video.